10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
One by one, they fall.
That hero, and just that hero's gonna get sliced up by the Sven. That's pretty much it. So this game, we got two very different playstyles. One, Vikings, they're gonna want to kill. They're just looking for anything on the map that they can just annihilate. That being said, Void plus Slaughter do pair well together. Corrosive Haze, amplifying damage. Void Spirit likes to right-click quite a bit. And then on the side of Navi, they're just looking to farm up, get their levels, play off their ultimates, and just mow down your towers. That's what they're looking at in this draft. So let's see who's going to come out ahead from these two strategies.
And from what we've seen, teams need to have a plan to try and deal with this Sven, because if he goes unchecked, he can just, destroy a game. So what do you think Vikings' plan is to deal with this Sven?
Oh, that's the Lina and the Slaughter. These are the two heroes that they picked up to be able to deal with this dude. Let's see how this laning goes. I don't think Jakiro is that amazing of a laner. It's very hard to try to hit two heroes with a dual breath, and Jakiro's attack range is very low too. So Aramis, I think, is going to have a great time bullying the Jakiro out. They're going to look to just try to dominate this Sven's lane.
Yeah, due to Navi, what Navi dealt to them in game number 1 seems like a good plan from Viking. We'll see if it works, and we'll see how good this Ladar is into the Sven. There's a lot of spells being thrown into each other to start this lane off. These guys are just brawling straight off the map. Love to see it. Meanwhile, over at mid, Boom's actually taking quite a lot of damage from the puck straight away here as well, as he's getting his health whittled down. Doesn't have a salve just yet. Doesn't even have one coming out to him, so feeling like he's easily going to be able to just kind of out-regen the puck here, as he actually gets the Remnant off to deal a bit of damage to Iceberg. So yeah, again, just every lane, they're kind of just trading and brawling and fighting, and no difference in the bottom lane as General's getting chased down by Shad and Celery here. Do they have enough damage to finish him off? Doesn't look like it, especially with the two balls just whittling away at Shad here, slowing him down and stopping them really doing much to General, but Celery just kind of bossing it in this bottom lane so far on the Undying.
Yep,
Undying Spectre. Jakiro. Oh, under the tower, pops a Fairy Fire. Is going to be enough. Aramis trying to find himself, comes out from Always Want to Fly. Aramis still chasing. LSA is going to catch, and this should be the Jakiro, probably dead. Still duking around those trees, though. Making Aramis work for it, really giving him a bit of cardio. And finally, Aramis says, God damn, get rid of these trees. Just take them down. LSA them out. And that is going to be the Jakiro going down for your first blood for Aramis.
Yeah, and if the Jakiro is on the side fighting up into Alina like that, that means Slaughter is getting a 1v1 against the Sven, and that's a favorable matchup for the Slaughter. So V-Tune not having a good time whatsoever. Both matchups, the 5 and the 4, and then the 3 and the 1 is just favorable for Vikings. So this lane is looking real lost for them until there's a rotation that comes up, maybe from the puck or the IO.
Yeah, that's the rotation we're kind of expecting to see, but again, IO rotations not exactly the most game-changing of rotations usually, but maybe this game they can have some kind of large impact on the map. We kind of need it, right?
Definitely. And this bottom lane, I think, for Vikings is a lot better too. They got this Undying versus 2 strength heroes, and the healing onto the Spectre is just going to make it so hard to actually shut the Spectre down. So Shad definitely going to have a great game, at least in comparison to last game.
Celery in a bit dry. He's fine. He's fine. They're just kind of trading at this point. So, do you think Shad's going to be forced into the jungle at some point in this bottom lane?
Yeah, he might get forced if there's a lot of pressure from the puck coming to his bottom lane. Other than that, I think he's just gonna stay here and make sure that Beastmaster just can't take his tower. That's the most important thing when you play against Beastmaster. Try to give him a hard time.
Getting pretty low on the IO there, but yeah, Celery not able to quite finish the job. Doesn't really finish heroes off them dying, generally just chases them, and is trying to be as annoying as possible, which he's doing very well. So Roger, what are you doing, buddy? He comes flying back into his death. Oh dear.
Celery is getting his revenge this game for last one. That Ogre game, he was just bullied around as an Ogre is just not fun, and this time he's literally zoning out the Eye on the Beastmaster on his own. The Spectre is just beyond free farm at this point.
Yeah, it's actually pretty insane how little pressure that's been put on, but that is, you know, that is the Undying. He is a very strong lane support.
But Navi, though, their game plan is when they group up together, right? When they buff up the Sven. The Beastmaster aura, the IO, overcharge and stuff, they're not really aiming to actually win lane this time around. So we don't have to really count them out or anything just because of the laning stage. Oh, General also getting low.
Very low. Shad, well, everyone's kind of trading with the Celery actually trying to come back in here. Doesn't have the mana to go for the soul rip plays, and he's going to end up dropping for that. So
yeah, he really wants to just die there, so he doesn't have to walk back to base. Now he can bring Spectre's items, some healing salve, mangoes, as well to the bottom lane, and that's going to allow them to have more kill threat onto the IO and the Beastmaster.
We'll see if that ends up coming out in this bottom lane, as the Spectre's been doing very well. I mean, both the side lanes going pretty fine, but actually the gap's been closing. I mean, the only thing which is going really one-sided is probably the mid lane.
General almost
kind of smashing him.
Popped there too. He had a help from Roger last second there.
Good old Roger, always helping out when you need him. But yeah, Iceberg's really given Boom a bit of a thrashing in this middle lane. I mean, we're still doing okay, you know, 10 CS behind, not really where you want to be. 7 deny advantage for Iceberg as well, but, you know, this is to be expected.
Definitely. The 6-minute power rune, that's going to be a big one. Both of these mid laners have a bottle, and whoever gets the rune is most likely going to look to make a play onto one of the side lanes here with the teleport scroll or just walking. So here's a 50-50. Who's it going to be? Oh, Celery actually notices that there's a ward now being planted on the high ground. Because Iceberg did go onto it.
Yeah. He's getting...
He's not going to be able to kill him. Oh no, Boom's going to get the rune now.
Is this worth?
Oh, Celery's going to die for this, but it's completely worth it for Boom. Oh, he's not going to die.
No,
Puck just TP back mid.
Away. He couldn't even be able to kill the guy.
Yeah. All right. Then that's completely worth it for Viking, because now they got the DD on the Voice Spirit. And even though there was like this big, like 10 CS gap between the two mid laners, this one DD just makes up for all of that. Because Boom, now he can control middle, Puck is going to be a little bit afraid, maybe he might die to this, and Boom is the one who has the option to gank the side lanes where the Puck does not. The Puck can, but it's going to be like very awkward and forced teleportation to make a play.
Yeah, they know it's coming, and the lane's not exactly looking good for the Dire right now to go in and try and make that
Instant
play.
pressure.
And there we see Void Spirit immediately come and try to forward onto Iceberg here. He glimpses himself back, but unfortunately under the tower, Iceberg will fall. Or was it the pops on the vertical step? I'm not too sure. Either way, the guy is dead.
And that's it. That's the DD right there for you. That's what the 6-minute rune, whoever gets it, huge advantage.
Noises definitely seems relevant here. Oh man, DD runes, what a fun thing. 6 minutes in though, and that's going to bring down the Puck. A series of mistakes led to that as well.
D2 now in the jungle with the IO. They do have some stacks available. He's not level 6, so doesn't have that Gosh strength, but that's okay. You get that overcharge instead to help you kill the creeps. And Slaughter, complete free lane, top of the last hits, 17 denies as well.
Wow.
This man's a beast. Yep, and he's going for a hood, so the Puck and the Jakiro are not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to him too.
Yeah, I just wants to tank up and then probably going for that Blink Dagger, I would imagine, here on Toby. Would make sense to me.
Viking. I mean, with that kill mid, I think they pretty much like won all 3 of the lanes at this rate. I guess bottom, he's done a really good job on general to catch back up, but if they can't take this bottom tower, this Beastmaster doesn't really mean anything.
No.
Like, he needs this tower. That's how the hero functions. As soon as he takes his tier 1, there's constant pressure going into that tier 2. He gets overly farmed, buys his aura items, buffs his carry, but if that tier 1 tower is standing up late into the laning stage and mid game, then Beast is not going to have a lot of room to move around.
His game is just kind of very dependent on being able to push lanes and kind of play on map. If he's unable to do that, then the hero just feels like he's, you know, you might as well pick something else, basically.
Yeah.
But Shad is just kind of sitting here with a blade mail. I mean, it's hard for him to actually make plays.
They're going to smoke to mid. They're like, okay, we can't go on the Spectre because it's too tanky.
Oh,
They do find the Undying.
Jungle. Yeah, Celery should be
to
dropped here, though. He might be able to turn up the Tombstone, turns around with the Decay, with the Soul Rip. I mean, that's a 3-man Decay, and they're going to be able to, well, blow him up, but the return kill comes in very quickly from Boom. Looking for the second one here, as General's going to be the next target. The puck coming over as well, though, so they do have to be a little bit careful of Iceberg. Coming across with that Arcane Rune as well would have been really scary for Viking if they ever committed onto that one, but they're patient, they hold back, and Iceberg won't be able to jump into that engagement.
Yeah, and that's pretty good trade for Viking, because as a smoke from Navi to the mid, they wanted to get like a roar or a coil and kill this void, then lead that into like a tower take. But because they got revealed on the Undying, they just traded 5 for 5. Top lane Toby, relocate.
Oh,
coil.
Reload's coming in. They want to bring down this Slardar. Can they do it? I think they can. God Strength is coming down. He turns around with the 2-man crush. It's not going to make a difference, though. Toby will still go down as VTune claims that kill. Nice relocate in from the IO, just punishing him from being so far up that lane.
Yeah, that's a 4-man gank onto the Slardar. But the one silver lining here for Viking is that Shad, he's just bottom now all by himself. The Beastmaster has left the bottom lane. He's gone top. He wants another home, and that means his tower bottom is just not going to die.
4 bounty runes to the side of Navi? Oh, right. Roger's got a shovel. Got it. Okay. four bounty runes to the side of Navi, and Viking get themselves 1. A little bit confusing there, but we got to the bottom of it. Well, overall, I mean, you know, Toby's not going to be too perturbed by that death. You know, he's no longer top of net worth, but it does give VTune a kill, which is pretty important. So again, we're going to want to see Viking doing something to pressure VTune, or at least pressure the lanes, try and get some towers, perhaps. What do you think the option is from them? As Celery getting caught out again here. Another day, another Tombstone, another Decay, another Soul Rip. Yeah, they're not worried about this. It's just Roger and always want to fly. In fact, getting the Tombstone cooldown from this is probably kind of worth.
Definitely, and they're going to have Coil up and the Beastmaster Roar up. I think they're just going to keep playing off the IO relocate. They understand that the Sven is just farming way faster than the Spectre ever will.
Yeah,
got that built-in cleave and IO buffing him. He's going to be able to farm Ancients. Spectre has not farmed a single Ancient cap this entire game yet.
Lane, right? We've seen this movie before as they get the relocate in onto Toby once again. He's taken down. Navi bring him down once again. This fish gets fried up for the 2nd time in a row.
Yeah, it looks like Viking are the one who need to make a play right now, because they're just getting picked off on the map without achieving anything, or the Spectre being able to cast Hunt to help their team. So Spectre only level 8 because she's just been farming this bottom camps and the lane only. No extra kills from the Hunt. Iceberg, the smoke gets broken by Puck. It's a pretty big deal actually, because now that's going to give information to General to get out of the top lane. He's going to TP somewhere now.
Yep, and he does exactly that. They've even got a creep position there just to see everything, so General knows what's going on. He has got the TP, but you know what? He throws down a Hawk just to see what's going on, just realizing that there's actually no need for him to run away from this one. Boom does claim his Hawk.
That's good. It's just going to wait until Viking leave this top lane and go middle or something, and then he's going to go back to split pushing up here. Io and the Sven did move bottom for a little bit, but they're like, never mind. Let's just go jungle. We got Ancients. I like Ancients. This is a fun map, you know? Fun patch, just Ancients. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. Get those agents, stack them up, kill them off, and consume with your carries. Unfortunately, Sven consumes much faster than a Spectre does, and she's still laning down at bottom. In fact, she's even queuing up a Radiance in this game. Do you agree with that?
Ooh, okay. So Radiance is really good against Beastmaster, right? He's got boards, the bird, like it's all nice and stuff. If he goes Necronomicon, even better, but he's not gonna go for that. He's going for the Solar Crest. So it's just the evasion factor, I guess. Then the damage onto the Jakiro and the IO. It's a decent build. Always on a fly.
The Jakiro getting caught down in the backlines. Roger comes in though with the tether, with the heal. Mech comes through. They're going to keep him alive, and now they look for the turnaround. Toby could be in some trouble. Is anybody going to come and help him out there? Yes, there he is. The Horn comes in, jumping on towards one of fly, and there will be no heals this time coming out from Roger as they will get the kill they originally came from. But now both of them, they're being held still under the tier 1 tower here, but it's not really too much of an issue for Viking as they will just be able to wait it out, get themselves back. They're still under the cover of this tombstone here, so fighting is maybe inadvisable, but they're going to go for this anyway. The 2-man stun, but they turn it around. Stun comes out onto Sven. Sven looking for Celery instead as they turn their attention onto Roger on the side of Viking. Can they bring down this IO in time? Yes, they can. V-Tune whittling away at Shad, but Shad doesn't really care. He's just going to run himself back. There's not enough damage on this Sven right now for him to be too scared, as Boom does get picked off by Iceberg in the backlines as the stun comes through onto the Spectre, but Toby's backing him up inside that river. That is his domain, and NAVI will have to back themselves away.
Okay, Viking, right mindset, make the play on the mid, get the haunt used, take the mid tower. They managed to do so. They did trade a couple of their heroes for it though, but this is exactly what they need to do. They got to keep making these plays happen, especially when some of Navi's spells were on cooldown. God Strength was like, I think 10 or 15 seconds off when they made the mid play, so that made it very awkward for B2 to just straight up run into the fight and man up for his team, which allowed Viking to be able to take that mid tower first.
Yep, and now that's opened things up a lot for them. I imagine they wait for this haunt. I mean, I can't imagine them waiting for Radiance. That just seems like too long to wait.
Yeah, definitely not.
Agent's going to be able to amass way too much for that.
There's no way they're going to be waiting for Radiance. Just going to have to group up as 4, try to make some plays on the map on the side of Viking, and then Spectre can just always haunt into the engagements. 80-second cooldown though, still on the haunt for now, so that's going to give Navi a little bit of time to just farm out this map. Sven going for an Aghanims next, not the BKB. BKB, I guess, not super amazing here, because you're fighting into Sodar, the Corrosive Haze, and maybe the Ags is just really nice against this Yule's Void Spirit. Just go to him. Burst him first in the fight, or even the Lina, just being able to get on top of her. It's really nice.
Yeah, and as well, it gives you the mobility to follow up on the Puck's initiation, because Puck with his Blink Dagger with his Orb often wants to go quite deep with his Dream Cores, and if you can get the cast range on this Stormhammer and of course the Superman effect, you can just kind of follow up on that, which is, I think, really strong. Micro synergy. Yeah, like that word. 6-6 is the scoreline. A 3k gold advantage for NAVI as V-Tune farms up a storm in this game. The pressure really is on Viking to make these plays with this next horse.
Always on the fly. Rest in pepperonis, sir.
Oh boy, there he goes.
Yep, just a level 6 Jakiro. Very sad. Like,
yeah.
this is the moment in the game where I'm wondering, like, what was the point of Jakiro? Like, I feel like there's so many better position 5s in the game, you know? Yeah. I'm a Jakiro lover. I love this hero, right? It's one of my most played heroes. And this hero is just so bad right now. It just feels so bad. And his build is like level 3 dual breath, ice patch, no liquid fire, so can't really like peck at towers or something too. So it just feels terrible to play this hero right now. Like, if they're gonna win this game, Navi, it's not gonna be because of Jakiro, it's definitely because of IO Sven and how crazy strong this combo is.
Yeah, and it's kind of feeling like similar to last game, except no one really hard won the laning phase this time. There was a bit of an advantage for Navi at mid and a bit of advantage for Viking on the side lanes, but in the end it didn't really mean much, and both teams are kind of just laying their hands off each other in the early mid as they both kind of farm up and hit a couple of these timings. It is concerning though, like this Sven is just kind of amassing more and more. I mean, to be fair, his net worth lead isn't increasing on the Spectre. It's actually the same. 2k gold is what it was earlier as well. So
right, and I think that's gonna be very fine for Viking, right? When Spectre gets a Radiance, it's gonna be much faster farming. It just gonna come down to the next 2 fights in the Roshan.
Yeah,
whoever gets his Rosh is pretty much gonna be like up 10k gold instantly in this kind of game.
yeah. I mean, the sad thing is as well, for Spectre with Phase Boots, Blade Mail, Wraith Band, you know, now picking up the Sacred Relic in 18 minutes, it's not that bad. It's not amazing,
Yeah, it's
but it's not
not.
that bad.
Actually, she's farming very, very well, to be
Yeah.
fair. 2-0, just maybe wants like another kill or two that could have made this Radiance a little bit faster, pretty much. Shad did a great job in this game, just holding down bottom, you know, making sure this Beastmaster can't take this tower, while Vikings' other cores were able to farm up. I think I see this a lot, actually, with Shad. Like, he's willing to sacrifice himself in the early, like, not take the fastest possible farming routes, so that he can hold down some area and make sure the enemy can't take it, while Boom and Toby are
Smoke
you know,
up, Navi,
amassing the
Iceberg
items.
Seeds, Aramis here might want to just drop this Lina as quickly as possible because the team's doing Roche right behind her. Can they finish the job though? The heal comes in from the Undying, saw it through, but the Axes will finish the job along with the flames from Always Want to Fly. A buyback from the Lina, they know how important this is. V-Tune enters the fight, he's just picked up the second and looking to bring somebody down, but he's going to get stunned up and chain locked by the Slardar. The coil is on it, but he's going to turn around and tear apart Toby. My goodness, see you later, buddy. Meanwhile, Always Want to Fly having problems with Chad in the backlands, who pops the horn to get across, and now they turn around. They're going to focus everything onto the Sven. They just turn around and destroy him. V-Tune is gone, and now they look for more. Chad leads a charge, but it's on to Boom. It gets roared up by General. General just wants to get themselves out of this one. The Iceberg is looking for a little bit of harassment here. He's trying to play around with them as he going to get the orb behind, but unfortunately he's under that tombstone. It is just about to run out, but in comes that corrosive haze. That means no more escape as the science comes through, but the bash is there. The damage is in, and down goes the puck as well. Iceberg and Sven both dead. Buyback from Aramis, Toby, and Always Want to Fly, but it is Viking who are into the pit right now. They are taking down this Roshan, and there doesn't seem to be much that Navi can do about that.
Nope, and they're gonna get this Aegis. That was a fight without Radiance too, and Always Want to Fly. Oh, that's a dieback, sir. Goodbye.
Do we say it? We get one per series. Every caster gets one per series when you cast Navi. I think I'm gonna do it. More like Always Want to Die. Am I right, guys? There we go. I know, heard it 1,000 times. I'm very sorry, but it's got to be done. Roger, meanwhile, he's getting his pretzels twisted right now by Toby. He's just continuing to go forward, but actually Spen's looking for a bit of retribution. Get off my IO. He's there to empower me, not you. And he kills off Toby. Aramis, meanwhile, he's hanging around maybe the wrong neighborhood as the puck's going to TP himself across. The core's going to get dropped here onto the Lina. Navi looking for a bit of counter-aggression. They might have lost this Aegis, but they're going to be able to bring down a couple of heroes in response. A bit sloppy there from Viking.
And that's a mid tower gonna be lost for Vikings. That's two heroes with no buybacks. They both died back there. So Toby a little bit overly aggressive with the boundary room plays and like putting himself in a very awkward position. Spectre does now have the Radiance, but she has no intentions of fighting into this 4 heroes mid while 2 of her teammates are dead for 30 more seconds. Yeah, and in the last team fight, one thing to mention was the tombstone by Celery was so good, right? It was like on this hill here in the medium camp area, and Navi just couldn't do anything. Viking just played around that. So then as soon as he walked into the area of the tombstone, like he slowed and there's so much vision on him, they just jumped him all at once. This flesh golem is also not a joke for Sven to deal with. Like if he gets hit by that, that amplification is insane. 25% damage amplification from all sources. So he will die very quickly.
It hurts. It really does hurt. You don't want to mess around with Celery when he pops into that ultimate form. Well, all things said and done, a bit of an interesting one, but with Shad completing this Radiance, you know, I kind of feel like this Haunt is now the timing for Viking, and I think we're about to see some action coming on the map for them. Navi are the ones which will have to play reactively, I would imagine, especially with this Relocate actually just being used at top. So definitely feels like Viking have a free invitation to try and go for a play here. Do you agree?
Yeah, they do. This Radiance Aegis, like, Shad really wants to show this off right now.
Yeah,
and
here we go. Boom's leading the charge. Of course, Navi are ready. They are not going to get caught out by this too easily.
At least if they can get some vision off with this. Celery does have 2 wards that he can plant at the moment. Maybe place it where he thinks they're going to fight next. That'll be very nice. It looks like they might just play for the triangle area at the moment. Yep, they just want to take over this triangle.
Yeah, he kind of placed that ward whilst the Hawk was coming over him, so they're going to definitely know this is warded up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Shad with his Aegis can just sit top lane, protect this tier 2 tower, has that dragon scale, a little bit of extra armor against Beastmaster Sven. So they're controlling quite a bit of the map right now on Viking. Like if Toby and Aramis didn't die there, I think Viking would be the ones with the goal lead. But because those two heroes died, Navi had so much time to just, you know, dominate this map, farm it out, and they're the ones who amassed a little bit more of a goal lead, while Viking were the ones who got the Aegis.
I want to ask, in that last fight, kind of going back a bit to the last engagement, where we had this big scary Sven coming in, he just finished off his Axe, he had an Echo Saber, he had a Mask of Madness, you know, I was expecting V-Tune to destroy that fight, and he got controlled up very well, and then they just turned on him and killed him instantly. I mean, what was it the Viking did in order to control this Sven, which so many other teams have failed to do in the past?
So, first of all, this is a Sven without a BKB, right? When he had the Axe. Oh, fight breaking out first.
Hold the phone here as Toby jumps on towards Want to Fly along with Shad at the backlines here. They just want to try and take down the Jakiro straight off the bat, but meanwhile, Sven, he's going to tear Boom in too. Oh dear, that's not the start you want. Always Want to Fly being traded for Boom doesn't look too great for the side of Viking, but let's see how they can do this one as Laguna comes off onto Roger, finishing him off. His IO is gone, his battery is out, and now they'll turn around and deal with Toby. So Toby's been traded for Roger next, but V-Tune gets on top of Alina, missing out a little bit, but does finish the job on to that spec. And now Shad comes up the high ground. I mean, she's not afraid. She wants to fight. She's got an Aegis and she thinks he can take down V-Tune and might just be right about that one as a blade mail gets popped at the very last second, causing V-Tune to kill himself upon her spiky blades, and she's not stopping. Shad's looking for more. General's going to be that next target. Finally, Shad realizes that he is one man versus the world and is going to get himself away, but interesting fight there.
Yeah, I think Viking, even though they lost more heroes, they came out a little bit ahead. Spectre did get the kill onto the Sven, and that was like the worst case scenario for Vikings. They lost that Void Spirit right away. He was trying to use against the Sven Stormhammer. That got instantly purged, and he just died before he was even able to do anything. So next fight, I think Viking are going to be able to get a better positioning maybe on Boom here, so he can show off that Aghanims that he's very soon to finish.
Toby having a little look in at General and Always Want to Fly. However, they turn around and throw a couple of spells his way, and that's going to dissuade him from going for anything more, but he'll just return to the river, his natural habitat.
He's a speedy monster in there. So yeah, you were talking about the previous fight, and you're asking like what happened to Sven. Well, he didn't have a BKB that fight, the one near Roshan, and also his first stun went on to Voice Spirit, who actually dissimulated the Stormhammer. So he was not able to pin anybody down and just go away at him. So as soon as that happened, they just kited him a bit, got him into the tombstone area, and then just slowed him up with that Undying. It was just way too easy to kill the Sven. But now he's got that BKB, so whoever he does go on, they should be dead.
Should being the operative word. We'll see if he's able to make that happen. I mean, the last fight wasn't too bad for him. He was able to get down a couple of kills in Lina, and I think the Void got jumped with V-Tune and the Puck, both comboing up together to bring down the Void Spirit in that last fight, so that worked out pretty well.
So there is a Manta now complete on Spectre too. It's pretty scary for Navi, I think, to be able to deal with the Spectre. You're a Spectre expert. At what stage is the Spectre at right now? You know, like, is she like God tier mode or reaching God tier mode?
You feel pretty God tier mode at this point, to be honest. Like, you've got the Manta, which means you can jump the backlines, just blow up the support. Like, she won't need help to kill off Always Want to Fly, I don't think. Although Jakiro typically pretty good against Spectre because of the AoE abilities, kind of stops her Manta from doing quite so much work. But, I mean, you just feel super tanky as well. With the purge which the Manta gives you in the fights, along with just Radiance and Blade Mail. Yeah, I mean, pretty beast mode. I don't think Navi are particularly interested in trying to bring down the Spectre even once in these engagements. Kill everybody else, it's going to be the game plan.
All they want is for Boom to, like, Astro step in, use, set up Aether Remnant, and as soon as he does that, Shad is just going to haunt it, right? He wants to just pair up with whoever Boom finds and just kill that hero off right away. So if Navi are not ready for that, they don't have heroes backing up the dude who gets healed up, they're going to be having an uphill battle this entire game. Like, the remainder of this game. Toby finds an Always Want to Fly. Doesn't have dust, though.
Kind of playing around each other here. Yeah, Always Want to Fly should still go down here as Toby gets on top of him. The rest of the team, I love how they didn't hard commit to that. They just let Toby deal with it. And the rest of the team kind of hung out on the low ground, ready to respond to anybody that came to his rescue. But of course, nobody wanted to help him there, sadly.
And They're making
Boom
their
with a
way
double
for
jump
more
forwards.
targets.
Maybe finds General here. Toby's going to follow up with the stomp, and they're even going to hold themselves in, man. They want this boy, and they will be able to kill the little beastie guy. Another hero in the bank for Viking. They
Shad,
are
he's
doing
chasing
it.
Io and the Sven. He's not done with his hunt.
He's not, but the dagger won't connect. Vichun gets away. Roger also going to be able to TP out in trees, so nice separation and TP out from Navi.
He's going for a
Again.
Scotty right now, Shad. I wonder if he's going to get mad that they're all TPing out in front of him and just, you know, buy a basher. It might be a little game throwy, though. It might grief his team if he goes straight basher, because I think if he has a Scotty, he's just going to own this Io, Sven, and also have so much more HP stats that Spectre loves to have.
You know, there's another item which gives stats, but I've been banned from talking about it in casts.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
We'll go past that.
I'm glad you're restraining yourself from...
I am.
Talking
My
about
toes
it.
are curled. Every inch of me wants to say it, but I'm not gonna do it. Navi smoked up. Look and see if anyone's gonna come down the cliff. But look at Shad. He's reading them like a book. He's like, I know what you guys are up to. Throw a dagger their way. Get some vision on this Jakiro for a little while.
Just want to play for this next Roshan. It's got another minute left on it. Both teams playing on their respective Roshan side. Silver Edge completed on Sven. That's a pretty big item, we should mention. So
Yes,
now if they actually jump onto Shad with that Silver Edge, like, he will just die in a stun or roar duration, I think. Maybe not a stun duration. From roar duration, yes.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty big item. They want to burst Shad, and I'm not sure if he actually knows they have that right now.
No, I think they smoked the moment they got it. So want this to be a big reveal. Try and catch out the Spectre being over ambitious, trying to jump always want to fly or something like that, and then just open her up to a play from the Sven instead.
Yeah, he also has a...
Oh, they jump in. They're
found
looking
the
for the
IO.
IO in the back. Roger could be in some trouble. Goonblade's going to come through, but they don't actually want to finish the job here. The soft committal from Viking is pretty big here, because they don't want to follow through onto the IO. I actually like that play. They know that how much jump they have in Iceberg and V2, and they don't want to give them an opportunity to get a couple of kills here. Meanwhile, Boom on the front, being controlled a little bit by Woes.
They found Shad.
Just a couple of spells. Uh-oh, this is a big target. He tries to put the horn, gets across to General instead. He's going to be okay. The stun comes through from the Sven, but it's out of range. And that's going to put an end to that engagement, actually.
Oh, wow. You can reality through the leash. So he was able to just get out, and that was 100% dead shot right there. That was a catch from the Silver Edge Sven plus the puck coil. So just getting out in the nick of time. Very clutch plays. And this means Goshen's on cooldown. That's going to be an Aegis for Viking. Just like that. Like, that one play where Shad managed to get out with that haunt allowed them to get rushed, even if Navi didn't lose anything big.
Crikey. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what these really close games come down to, isn't it? It's the small plays. You know, if you manage to get that God Strength, if you manage to get that coil or cooldown, then Roshan is going to belong to this team. Like, the game's so close that Navi know they can't actually fight into this team if they don't have those ultimates, so Viking are going to be able to take yet another Aegis here.
That's actually amazing. That taunt, like, it was just like 0.2 second difference between that Spectre dying
Very, very
and
close.
Navi being the ones taking that second Roshan. So it doesn't make sense too. Like, how can you reality out of a leash? You know, it's just no consistency there, right?
No, I would have played him Navi for thinking that Coil would stop him routing away, but there we go.
No,
Spectre just says, peace out.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty well-known, like, fact that you can reality out of leashes, but the problem is, like, they had to go for the play, right?
Yeah.
They didn't expect Shad to have enough time to be able to pull that off.
Well,
you just
Sven
took your
stun was
chances.
the Sven stun was in transit, you know, like the
Exactly.
Sven stun still connected onto Shad eventually, but unfortunately they're the other side of the map.
He just gonna man up, start hitting this mid tower. This is that immovable wall now. If they commit to this Spectre with Silver Edge, it'll be a terrible idea because she's got an Aegis. And later she can just pick up the cheese from her team as well. Boom has that. He's holding on to it for now.
Yeah, I was actually expecting them to give the cheese to the Spectre, but I guess with a Silver Edge pickup, the burst potential is actually there from Navi, so they just want to give her the Aegis. Keep it nice and safe, and give Boom the cheese instead. Oh dear, Always Wanna Fly gets caught out once again by Toby. He loves him. He loves his little dragon, and will continue to beat him up every time he sees him.
Always Want to Fly, like, typically nowadays he has very good games, and he plays extremely well, but when you're playing heroes like Jakiro, where you're not entirely sure what your game plan is anymore, it's kind of easy to just go out and just try to get some information while you're trying to ward. It's a very clunky hero. It's so easy to die with. It's 1 in 10. Very sad.
Yeah, your spells take so long to cast that to actually get away from engagements, like it's just extremely difficult. You're absolutely right.
Slaughter has a gem now. Oh, wait. Boom bought that gem. Incredible. I don't know when the last time I saw a mid player buy a gem, but it's pretty good at obviously killing Navi's wards, but especially these Hawks. These Hawks are making it really difficult for Viking to be able to catch the Beastmaster and anybody else split pushing, because it's constantly giving so much information. So that gem is going to be able to be the answer to that.
Yeah, it's a cute idea. As General brazenly pushing out this bottom lane here. Doesn't care, just wants to get this lane pushed in and force something out of Viking.
This will hasten my footfalls.
And it's kind of slowed down a little bit. I mean, they don't really see the need to push up onto this high ground or take the other tier 2 towers and side lanes. Viking are really just kind of being efficient and farming the whole map at this point.
Yeah, there's no real rush right now. You got a minute and a half left on this Roshan, this Aegis, and maybe they can try to take the tier 2 towers. But more importantly, they're just looking for any kills on this map that can lead them into getting easier towers. Like, catching Navi is always going to be their top priority, right? Their draft is built around just killing heroes. Spectre has...
very, very fun. The Spectre just overtakes him for the first time in this game.
That's what I was going to say, Nomad. It took the words out of my mouth.
Finally, she did it.
Yeah, she did. And she's a beast. Got that Scotty and already on her way to the Abyssal Blade. As soon as this Aegis drops, she's going to have a Basher, and that's going to stop Navi from being able to just TP out in front of her.
Yeah. And
also, once the Abyssal is complete, Shad can literally just click R, reality onto some hero who's split pushing, and just kill them. You're gonna get the Abyssal stun, and in that Abyssal stun duration, you get the Manta split off too, and boom, they're just gonna die. Beastmaster not gonna stand a chance against that.
No, he's just gonna get crushed by that. No chance TP away means no survival for Beastmaster. Unless he wants to commit the Roar to escaping, which is just not something you really want to be doing very often.
Oh, I mean, I think what's going to happen is the Slaughter is always going to be on the way to the Spectre while they're hunting the Beastmaster too. So you're going to Roar, you're going to try to TP out, and boom, here comes the Slaughter with the Blink Bash on your BKB, and it's just going to be impossible to escape. But that being said, the General is pretty farmed. I just realized this man has an AC. Like, I don't know where he's finding all this, but he's so good at playing this beast. BKB, AC. Normally, when I see Beastmasters, they're just like some kind of like support role, you know? But this dude is jacked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's about as buff as the character looks. He's just been playing in this bottom side of the map, constantly pushing it in. Iceberg's been doing a similar thing as well, and yeah, exactly, not getting caught out whilst he's doing it. And that's going to give him so much money. Oh, Caster's Curse, please no. They see him in the trees. General, you're not safe. Pops the BKB. Roar comes down, actually, they're making the return play. Boom just gets baited here. Can they finish the job? The heal comes in from Celery. Is it going to be enough? It might well just be. Throws him into the air, and now he's going to be able to get the return kill to Always Want to Fly instead, as Viking come in and answer the aggression of Navi. Cute play there from Navi. Almost beautiful, as Iceberg realizes he has to pop the BKB to stop him getting stunned up by Aramis. Toby's still chasing. Toby still wants him, but Iceberg's going to be perfectly fine here as he runs himself out.
Okay, they used the Haunt. Beastmaster had to use his BKB. I mean, all in all, I think Navi should be okay with that. They bought enough time for the Aegis to run out, and also Boom has given the cheese to the Spectre now, and Spectre has gone for a Butterfly instead of the Basher, actually.
Okay.
Prioritizing the tank than Sven, since Sven does not have any evasion piercing items at the moment.
Yeah, I like it as well because it just gives her like the more attack speed to kind of just blow up these backliners, and yeah, also the evasion into Sven, so she can just turn around and fight him at any point in the game.
Yeah,
which she's still gonna be able to do. I like it.
I can't help but feel like she's lacking the catch though, you know, right now. I know
Yeah.
Scotty is good, but they do have the BKB and the TP out. Like the Abyssal, it just feels like right now Viking, they're just having a hard time getting these heroes. Although they have
Yeah.
really good heroes at hunting, and Navi are just so good at playing out the map and just constantly split pushing and making sure that they don't die while doing it too.
Yeah, I suppose she's relying on Toby to be there and Boom to be there to kind of make the lockdown happen for her. But yeah, it does stop her going for any kind of solo plays or in the team fights, going alone and just trying to find that pickoff. So it's got to be a little bit worrying.
See if VTune decides to adjust his item build in any way as well, since the Spectre does have a butterfly. He's pretty much the only hero who can actually kill the Spectre. And she hurts. I'm not sure if he can actually ignore the Spec either.
Yeah, it's becoming catch-22 now. If you kill her, she kills you with dispersion. If you don't kill her, then she kills you with the right click. So
Yeah.
good luck, basically.
You're still gonna need to kill everybody else first, I guess. Like
Oh,
Sauter's
they're
probably the
invading.
number one
They
target.
really want to go for the big plays. He's going to blink past Always Want to Fly. Try to go for the IO. They're immediately turning it around onto the Slardar here. Toby getting pretty low. Has to swim himself away. Vici with the BKB is going to be able to kill him off. Meanwhile, Shad jumps in the back. Can't really do anything to the Jakiro, though, and it's just going to be a straight-up trade. They bring down the Slardar. Oh, hold on. Always Want to Fly. Might not be out of the neighborhood yet, as he's got a ton of zombies on him, and he's going to get cut up by that little illusionist cape summoned by Shad.
I think Navi are saying worth right now. They got the
Yeah.
Slaughter. I was just saying that the Slaughter is probably the best target for Navi to kill. He's giving so much damage amp with that Corrosive Haze. He's extremely annoying with the bashes against these BKBs. So killing him off first would be the best for Navi, and they get the kill. Gauchant is on cooldown though, but Roshan is not yet alive for Viking to take.
Get in that pit. In 50 seconds, he will respawn. Navi, they need
Okay,
to be
okay.
ready.
Here it is, Nomad.
All right. Give me the
You have like
breakdown.
probably like a 20% chance you're gonna see exactly what I think you want to see in this Roshan pit.
All right, hit
Just
me,
to
hit
help
me up
you
on
out,
the truth.
since it looks like you're kind of confused. Is he Aghanims? Is the Spectre Aghanims? He's not gonna buy it. He's just gonna collect it from the third Roshan.
Oh, I'll be excited about that.
Yeah.
Be
This
very
is,
excited
this is
about
the item that you're always looking for a Spectre to have.
It is. I love Spectre Aghanims. It's my favorite.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But
It's
I'm
gonna
not
be-
gonna start talking about it. I'm banned from talking about it in casts.
Okay.
Oh,
It's up
heals
in
out
1 second.
onto Jakiro. They've got the taunt to follow up as well. And Always Want to Fly is going to be in a bit of trouble right here as
Oh,
he
no.
pops that Ghost Scepter and gets completely torn apart. That is
Oh,
bad. Roshan just
that's very
respawning.
bad.
It's going down quickly. Navi, there needs to be an answer here, and I don't think there's going to be one.
That's very bad. Without Jakiro alive, they're not going to be able to smoke. They're not going to have any vision, so they're just going to give this up. And there it is. Boom.
Spectre Axe.
Now you can talk about it. You're no longer banned anymore because it's an actual thing that's happening in the game.
Sweet, the ban has been lifted. Well, this item's actually insane on Spectre, right? 35-second cooldown to teleport anywhere on the map as long as you got vision on the target. And also, you can use it in teamfights. You can use it along with Haunt as well to just drop, like, how many illusions is going to be on one target now if she wants to? She can drop Manta, she can drop Illusionist Cape, and she can drop Shadow Step, and she can drop Haunt. All on one target if she wants, or she can just kind of take down a support without even having to TP to it. Like, it's pretty insane. I like it a lot. We'll see how she chooses to utilize it, but it also gives you an extra bit of catch in the team fights as well, just to jump across to one part of the fight to the other. And when you're playing Spectre, fights often get split apart pretty badly. As we have that
There
Shadow
we
Step
go.
coming through straight away onto Roger, immediately trying to just pepper the IO here as they're going to look in towards Boom. Boom's in some trouble. The big fat crit comes through, takes him out. Meanwhile, Shad's still sitting on top of this IO. IO doing a really good job of just kind of tanking up through Shad here. He's eventually going to go down, but Vici takes another. Celery's going to drop. Now Shad used the Haunt to get across to the the Sven, but Sven's just looking for more targets. He doesn't care about the Spectre. He wants Toby, and he's going to find it. V2 takes another name, and now he turns across to look towards Shad instead, but he's reflecting so much damage. It's actually kind of tricky. Boom's coming back in. I'm not sure this is the best idea, though. Yules comes out from him. He's got a cheese available as well, but the Spectre is actually going to be the one who's going to be roared up currently as Boom jumps across, moves to the back line. General's going to get finished off, and now they look across towards the Spectre. Spectre, though, she's reflecting so much damage, but do they really care? The jump across with the Shadow Step, it's not enough. The Spectre dies. Shad is dead. Na'Vi take the team fight.
Holy crap. He just ate through a cheese, a Aegis, like two
Look at this
Spectres
fight
just
recap.
because of Sven.
Look
Alright,
at this
I gotta
fight
take a look.
recap. 17,000 damage dealt by Spectre. 17,900 damage dealt by a Sven. What a... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but a lot of that damage Spectre dealt was healed back up by the Io and the Sven and the Satanic, right? So that was a big difference there. Holy smokes, that Sven just annihilated the Void. The Slaughter.
Void Spirit needs some help here. The buyback comes in. Shad's coming back into the engagement as he immediately jumps across to the front lines, trying to bring down that Sven, but he's gone. He is out of here. The relocate back to the base. Roger probably going to give his life for this one. Meanwhile, always want to fly is going to get killed off, but that's not exactly headline news. Dead for 100
That's
though.
a dieback from Io though.
Oh, that is not
They can't
good.
afford for Roger to be dead. 100 seconds. Without Roger, V2 cannot really accomplish a whole lot in these fights. He's so reliant on this attack speed and the healing from the Io.
He is.
Okay, he's got to do something creative. He's got to surprise Vikings, right? Like, you got to get a Gaussian Silver Edge, go from the back, try to get a stun onto the Slaughter or something, get him killed off right away. Because if they take a head-on fight, I think Viking are going to have great positioning for this. They are pulling some creeps around though right now.
Yeah, Iceberg is
okay.
is looking
They're cutting
for a creep
waves.
wave.
Oh, this is so good. This will buy a little bit of time. There's still one more wave mid.
Creep. Okay,
It's okay. There's still another wave mid though right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, pinging Iceberg saying, guys, this guy's here. He's being annoying, but I mean, I think TPing back for it is kind of a mistake. I mean, they've got 2 heroes dead. They're taking a long time to push up this high ground with his creep wave still alive.
Yeah, Boom is not there either. Kind of just a 3v3 right now. They get the repair kit. It looks like they're just gonna back off. Pretty early usage of the glyph as well. That might have been a mistake, I think, from Navi.
From Navi or from Viking?
From Navi. Navi clicked the glyph on this tier 3 tower that was repaired.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It bought enough time. Like, Io's alive now. 15 seconds. They don't lose anything. And I think Navi now are in a great position because there isn't a single hero on Viking who have a buyback now.
I mean, what more items can these cores really get? Shad, he is still looking for that Abyssal to replace his cheese, opting for no boots, because who needs movement speed when you've got Skadi? Iceberg, just TPs into the faces of Spectre, but no Abyssal means I can't really do much about that. Meanwhile, Sven, he is going for the Moon Shard next, really is full on slots, doesn't want to consume his Ags, so instead queues up the Moon Shard.
Yeah.
With a Spec Illusion at mid. Reload top from Roger. Boom is here. This could be dangerous. And they're going to pop these Shadow Steps. They're going to cross him as well. See you later, Roger. Dead again. Oh, no.
Oh, Roger, what have you done, sir? He did not expect a Shadow Step, Nomad. It was a Shadow Step that got him.
Can't split push into the Spectre Ags. It's just not possible. And now they jump across with the Horn once again. The full map presence is too much for Navi as they lose Iceberg as well. Another big hero does have the buyback as Navi back themselves away, and Puck is not wasting any time on getting that buyback timer ticking.
That's a Gaussian to use by V2. So they know this.
Oh my.
And that's going to be an opening. Unless V2 buys a refresher and surprises them with that. Viking are going to look to go in. That could be a pretty good idea, though.
Doing that, yeah.
Yeah, it could be good. Like, he's gonna need it eventually.
Navi just holding their high ground. You can feel the tension in this team. They really want to try and take this game, but it's so hard.
They actually just lost a 7k gold lead in a matter of like a minute, just because Roger died like that, and then they kill off the puck mid with that jump because they know Io's not alive, and without Io, the Sven's damage output gets cut severely.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a Divine Rapier from this Sven, at least queued up. Doesn't feel that desperate, I suppose.
He's okay. I mean, he's not focusing the Spectre anyway. Like, he doesn't need a Rapier right now. What he needs is just attack speed. He has so much damage when he clicks a God Strength.
Yeah,
so
true, especially
he
with
just
that talent.
right. So he just wants to go in and kill everybody, and maybe eat up the Aghanims first before he buys the Rapier.
Here we go. Oh, he's queued it up. Okay. He's
What did he
bought it.
sell? Wait,
Wow,
what did he
I'm
sell?
a genius. Boots, right?
Boots?
Yeah, he got rid of his boots.
Oh,
His boots.
okay. All right.
The absolute madman, V-Tune, purchases the Rapier. In the cover of smoke, Navi are looking for the surprise plays here. They're feeling this game is slipping out from their fingers, and they are going to make the hallelujah plays to try and get themselves back into this one. V-Tune, he just wants to blow people up on the side. That's all he wants.
Well then. Seems a little desperate.
It does, doesn't it?
But I mean, from our perspective, they look pretty okay, right? Like, at the moment, they just need to stop dying with the IO and try to get a better positioning on the map. But if Rapier allows them to have the confidence to be able to do that, then I guess that's what they should do.
Yeah, sure. It's not the Rapier which is giving you the confidence. It's just the awakening the inner confidence within yourself.
Exactly. How much damage can he do now? This is like a 3k crit, Sven, isn't it? He can actually kill someone in the Aghanim Scepter stun. Oh, that's what I'd like to see. We're gonna keep a close eye on this V-Tune. That's for sure.
We certainly
Here's
are.
a smoke.
We certainly are. How much can he do in these team fights?
They're walking into the high ground.
Viking, they're walking straight into their trap. There's so much vision down from the side of Navi here. This could be dangerous. Boom's going to be the first target. General tries to go for the roll, but the roll's going to interrupt it. Meanwhile, they're just on the backline. Celery just gets cut in half, and he's using the cleave to get through General. Now they stun up the Sven. They're trying to control him up, but he pops that BKB, turns around, looks for Toby. Bye-bye, Fishy. And now the TP away from the IO. Brings it back to the fountain. Okay.
They had to. They had to there. He would have got stunned up, and there was two tombstones there too. It's impossible for Sven to fight into that for the time being. So just get him out. They already got some kills. That's 2 for 2, 3 for 2. They wanted a bigger kill, I guess, on the side of Navi as well.
Must have done.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, that was really surprising. They took the Sven out in the middle of his God Strength and his BKB and just said no. I mean, I guess we're saying a good read from the IO in the end there, then, just to get him out of danger.
His BKB was already out, so he would have got kind of like crazy under the tombstones, and then that would have been it for Sven. After that, they would have just kept stalling and then just chased him down.
Yeah. Who do they need to catch then with this ultimate BKB Rapier jump from V2?
I mean, it was just such a split fight. They wanted to kill the Undying before he can drop the big, nasty teamfight spell, right? But they were not able to do that. Exactly. If they killed him first and there was only one alive, I'm sure the IO could have just killed that up. But because there was one on the high ground, it just made it impossible for Navi to actually take the teamfight anymore. So they just kind of got out of there. Live to fight another day. That was Navi's plan.
Well, Roshan's going to respawn in 5 seconds. God's Strength is back in 12 seconds, and the IO's back in 14 seconds. So a lot of time.
He also got
at the same time.
He just ate a Moonshard too on
He did indeed.
That's weird. Why would he eat the moon? Shouldn't he just eat the Aghanims and then keep the Moonshard?
Yes, probably, but
okay.
I don't know. Maybe wants the stats.
Right, it's a pretty high tense situation. You're not really like thinking about, oh, this is the most efficiency move here. You know, just this is what I gotta do to win this game. He just wants to like eat that Moonshard. Don't think about it. Just go. You know, think about like the fights. That's what matters right now.
Wheels on the fly, going to give him some vision inside the pit with the ice path. Shad's going to get spooked away. Doesn't want to get caught inside this pit with his big nasty Sven pounding away at him relentlessly. The Hawk's going to give him the vision as well. Yeah,
and
really
one thing to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing to mention too, like with the Sven buying the Rapier, like he's playing all in into this, right? Like he's not playing for buybacks, he's not playing for anything else. So
no.
he wants to just kill people in that BKB duration, and if not, like he just wants his IO to just get him out. And that's
Knife plus raw combination from General. I mean, he's got so much lockdown in his pocket. Very, very scary hero. But of course, Slardar playing in the river. He's going to be having a good time in this engagement any way you look at it. And it's just like a amalgamation of units inside the pit currently. Everyone's sending everything they've got into that pit.
Oh, are they giving up this rush? I mean, the angle. Okay, I guess they have the side. Oh, what the? Okay, that illusion just critted the courier, and there goes the vision that Viking had inside the pit.
There it is. But did he attack off Roche to kill the courier? No, cleaved illusion don't get cleaved.
Oh, here's the next sacrifice, Undying's courier. Yeah.
Send them in. Make sure nothing's going on. Neither team is sure about this one. Both teams so tense here.
This is so nerve-wracking right now.
They're gonna
Toby
go in.
just
Toby
jumps
makes
in.
the first movement into the pit. He goes. The Orb's going to see this going down. Shad wants to try and take it. Are they going to get there in time? V-Tune, his hand is being forced. What is the play here? Is Roshan slowly getting taken down? V-Tune, yeah, they pop down the horn. Oh no, the shadow step onto Roger, and now they jump in. Sven moves into the pit, takes down the Roshan. Everything's on the floor right now. Who's going to pick it up? Shad gets the Aegis. They take down Sven. Oh no, he dives into the pit and just gets absolutely shredded. Shad picks up just about everything. Rapier in hand. Let's go. Moving on to Always Want to Fly. Always Want to Fly gets taken out. There's no buyback on the Sven as the IO's going to drop as well. Oh my goodness.
That's
I mean,
it.
what happened to Sven? What happened to him? Where did he go?
He picked up the refresher shard, and he didn't click BKB either. So he just got stunned up and died. If he got the Aegis, sure, that could have made some sense. I don't know, no
trying
matter.
to make some sort of play here, trying to give the whole team a bit of juking here.
They don't have the
Unfortunately,
rapier anymore.
Yeah, this one is pretty much over,
Yeah.
I think.
So-
Viking. Oh my god.
That fight, all B-Tune I think had to do was just kill the other heroes. I'm not even sure the Roshan even mattered, right? Like, if you're gonna win the
Agreed.
fight, you're winning the fight because you're killing the supporting cast of Viking. Like, you gotta get those other guys. Like, even Toby would have been amazing if it got a stun on him and just killed him off right away. But yeah, going into that pit made him like the prime target. It's like, okay, here you go, guys. Let's just focus me. And maybe he was relying too much on Roger to get him out, but he just dies so quickly with that corrosive haze on top of him.
Shadow's so farmed, he's got a Radiant in his backpack, by the way, and a fresh BKB as well. That's so much money. Oh god, I always want to fly. Dares look at the side of Viking, and they'll poke out his eyes for doing so. Spend back in 5 seconds, but it's a measly little baby Sven. Nothing like the absolute unit Sven we saw earlier on.
But he
Can't
still
even
does
deal
damage
with
though,
the
right?
illusions.
He
Wow,
can
does
still kill some heroes. Yeah, he does. He has damage. He didn't
doesn't
really
have the
sell any of his damage
true
items. He only
strike,
sold
though.
his boots. So that's okay.
Well, we'll see as they jump forward here. They're trying to tag down the Spectre. The biggest hero is the one they're going for right now, and she's getting pretty damn low.
that
Is she actually going
rapier.
to survive through this one? Hello? She's dropping. She's dropping. She's so low on HP. Can't get away from this one. Just trying to turn into front lines. The heals are coming in thick and fast. Pichu needs to finish the job. Jump across to the sideline. He claims back his rapier. Give it back. And now he looks for more. Who will he find? Boom running away on the sidelines. Iceberg's on top of him, stancing him up, but Vichu's looking for other targets. I'm not sure why though, because the Boom is one they want to try and grab down. Pretty tricky guy to kill as he keeps playing around with the puck, and Puck even picking it out saying, guys, come on over. I've got some friends. Vichu meanwhile looking over to the side. Aramis is going to try and kite him out here as they're still playing with Boom. General and Iceberg both involved in this one. That stun talent on Dissimulate causing a lot of trouble for Iceberg and General as they continue chasing. Now the Sven arrives. The big boy is here. Yule's out from the Void Spirit again though. He's continuing trying to make some space but will eventually fall. Both buybacks on the Spectre and the Void. I guess you're right. Sven did have damage. Sorry for doubting you, bud.
Holy I can't believe we're still in this game right now. That's insane. Vikings maybe a little overconfident. Spectre was not the one who had the Aegis, so they just so hard committed onto that spec. I mean, B-Tune, he understands his hero. Now he's got that rapier back. And the game is in a decent spot again for them. Like, it's as if nothing happened. The Sven didn't even buy back in the last fight. It's like nothing happened. It's like that Roshan didn't even exist. All they lost was mid-racks, but it's already irrelevant. 57 minutes into the game.
Yeah, completely irrelevant. I got to question the Spectre eating the cheese before they took to the high. I mean, I guess she didn't have the slots for it, but still eating cheese for the mana.
I think Feck had some time to run away, but you know, he really wanted to maybe man up a bit there. It was very hard.
Right.
I must say though, the big key factor in that last fight was V-Tune's refresher shard that he stole in the pit, because that refresher shard gave him a second BKB and allowed him to refresh his Stormhammer and jump on top of that Spectre who was trying to run away.
Yeah, it was really nice
So,
from V-Tune.
and then that also gave a free slot for him to pick up the Rapier. It was really, really, really nice in the end, that refresher shard. Maybe some, you know, 20 head, you know, 10D chess going on here from V2, and I was like, I don't want this Aegis. Aegis is useless for me. I'm gonna steal that refresher shard, and then, you know, I'm gonna die. They're gonna get overconfident. yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure it's not just late game craziness going on here. Looks like we are heading towards that 60-minute mark, people. Get those neutral items ready. What do you want to see for each of these heroes?
I don't know. I'm still not familiar with all of the tier 5 neutral items, but there are plenty of good ones, that's for sure. I'm not sure what the Sven even wants. Maybe he wants the Desolator, the number 2, so it gets even more damage and has some minus armor.
Can Iceberg start playing for his 30 talent where he gets the Dreamcore Rapid Fire and Phase Shift attack and maybe look towards transitioning into a right clicker, or is
I mean, his build isn't really a right clicker build. No, always on the fly.
Okay, alright.
Okay.
Oh, Spectre, she goes further, but the side of Navi are out. They are gone.
They did use the Haunt though, so they're gonna probably not be looking for a team fight at the moment on the side of Viking.
No, but
Spectre is level 30 too.
Oh wow.
I don't think we noticed that earlier, but I saw like when she died last fight, she was level 30, so she has all her talents unlocked. That must be one of the most satisfying things in Dota, like unlocking all your talent.
Depends on the hero. With some of them, I think it's very disappointing. You're kind of just like, oh well, you know, great. I get some of the heroes just have very disappointing talents, which you don't really care about at all. But yeah, no, Spectre's definitely not one of those. She loves her extra talent. I mean, this Haunt Illusion damage with Manta Illusionist Cape, Haunt and Shadow Step is going to do a lot of work. And here we go. Tier 5 items coming up. We're going to start with some Woodland Striders for Roger. I think he's going to pass them across. He's actually passing them across to Sven.
That's so good for him. He's got movement speed now because he wanted to drop his boots, right? So that will allow him to have 6 slots.
Crap.
Yeah, it's like having...
Look at him go.
Right. So good. Because he was probably missing the spider legs. That's like actually every carry's like dream item is actually to have spider legs, not some, you know, status assist or lifesteal or something in the super late game. It's just so you can drop your boots and have that mobility, be able to go through the fights.
Pirate Hat Spectre, here we go. Get your OS frogs out,
150
people.
attack speed. Jeez. Okay. All right. That's good.
The bounty rune every
Ballista
40 seconds. I mean, that's what led us.
Nah, he's not gonna keep that. He's gonna keep the Windless Shackle. He has so much HP with that, so.
Although,
Probably one of
I'll
the
tell you
worst
what.
items, right?
Well, when he gets the Dreamcore Rapid Fire, he's just gonna blast them out of its own coil if he does want to do that, which is gonna be kind of funny. I can see that being actually sick, but obviously has to get to level 30 first. Meanwhile, Book of the Dead, probably the worst tier 5 item in my opinion, and 4-star found by the Beastmaster. I mean, out of all the heroes, Book of the Dead's probably pretty good on general. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just realized. Beastmaster is like, oh, you don't have a Necrobook? Well, here you go. You better have one. That's how you play this hero, General. You need a Necrobook. So the game is feeding him one instead. The split pushing with his Book of the Dead is going to be pretty annoying. If ever. But they have like the Spectre who's quite good at stopping it. Probably not the biggest deal. Shadow Step is really good at stopping the split push.
Na'Vi have both boots though, which is kind of insane. They've given the Force boots to the Sven and the Woodland Striders to Roger, so both of these two are going to be... They're just so fast. But Roshan's up. They're doing Roshan, Viking. Hello? Na'Vi? Oh, they've got lost. They forgot about it.
Yeah. They were controlling bottom side. I don't even know if this Roche matters. Like, the refresher might be the biggest factor. The refresher shard. Lina has it with the Aghanims, so she can actually do 1,800 pure damage. No, 2,000 pure damage. That might be scary. Okay, that might be really scary. Like, I'm not too worried about the Aegis or the cheese. I think Navi can pretty much deal with those, but the refresher shard, Lina might catch them by surprise.
Well, both teams have a ballista, which they're not using just to finish up on the tier 5 items. Both teams have a ballista, which neither of them want to touch. And there's also a trident available on the side of Viking. So if the Spectre gets enough farm for that, I imagine she's going to build it. Because, I mean, that's just going to be ridiculous.
Well, you give the trident to one of your teammates, I think. Right? You can do that.
No one else could afford it, though.
I mean, you buy it for them, I believe.
Oh, can you? Oh, okay, cool. You might want him herself there. I mean, the stats increase. Oh, Toby goes for the D-Ward, but Iceberg's going to jump on him immediately. The Horde's going to come out and so on. They go on the backlines. They're looking for Roger. Roger nullified up and taken on down. He's going to be the first casualty. Toby quickly going to follow. Buybacks from them both. Meanwhile, Sven round the back, looking for a target. First Laguna Blade comes out. Second Laguna Blade comes out, but the heals come across from Roger as he TP's back into the fight. Wants to rescue Featuring because the fight's not going that great, but Spec! Oh no, she gets taken down. That's her first life gone. Great coil coming out from the puck as well. They'll turn across. They'll deal with Slaughter. The Sven is not getting taken back because he's doing 2 damage, but he needs some help here as he takes through 1, but now he gets cut down. The Sven is dead. Immediate buyback from Aramis here, but they'll take back the rapier. It's sitting on the floor. They don't even know how to give it to. Boom's going to be the one to take it. The refresher gets popped from Shad. The fight was not good from the side of Navi, and no 100 gold needed for the buyback on the Sven here. That ain't good.
Wow, I'm so
Look
surprised.
for bottom, General. Hold on, General. In some trouble going for the TP away. Shad, doesn't have the bash, but he has got the damage, and they're going to be able to take down General. The sad trombone comes out from him. Does have buyback, but they need to buy some time for this Sven.
Oh no, Roger. I thought he was going to take him out. That would have been a perfect time to take him out. Even if your teammates died, they have buybacks, but the Sven does not have a buyback. 50 more gold. Still needed. Iceberg is like, this bounty can't spawn any faster. Come on, 65-minute bounty runes. Need to get my Sven back alive. Oh, look at these trees on the high ground. What is this?
They built a wall. They built a wall. Shad will get across it quite easily. Roger cosplaying Donald Trump.
Alright.
Fortification comes out. Beastmaster buys back. They don't have their Slaughter. So it's actually Viking not really taking the initiative here. They must have thought this Sven has buyback, so they back themselves away. Once again, the game's not over, folks. The game is not over.
And the Sven is just gonna farm up another rapier. That's his plan.
Shad, meanwhile, is going to go back to base, do a little bit of shopping, get on Amazon, get that trident.
Yep. He drops it. Someone else will probably take it, I guess. He's gonna give it to the Slaughter.
Oh, really? What's the attack speed?
Hey, that's a good item for Slaughter.
It's pretty damn
real
good
item. And Spectre has
another core.
Way too much gold. Actually, would he like Pirate Hat instead on Slaughter?
I feel like he would, you know.
100. That's a lot for Slaughter, right? That's a lot of attack speed. But you know, he's okay with this. He got so much status as this. 51%.
He is getting destroyed in these fights, to be fair. So it doesn't really matter if you've got bashes if the Sven's just like targeting you and murdering you every engagement.
Yeah. I don't know what he's supposed to buy against the Sven. Maybe like a halberd. I think that would have been the best choice, just for, even if it's 2 seconds that you stop the Sven from attacking, and then you can just like right click him and stun him up. That might be worth it for Toby. Yeah. Because the Sven doesn't have refresher, right? So he only has 1 BKB. Oh, bottom, they're going in.
Oh, they are. They get him. General's brought down. Die back on General. Iceberg's still trying to fight up as they get them leashed on the high ground, but this Voice Spirit does not mess around. He does so much damage. And now
Peachkin doesn't have that rapier either. He's actually he has an empty item slot right now.
Yikes.
And they are 4 versus 5. That ward that they put in from the last engagement, Viking, like it didn't get dewarded. I don't think the Book of the Dead was summoned and saw it, so That's how they caught the
Iceberg
beast.
playing around, they get the Hex out onto the Void Spirit here. V-Tune popping that ultimate, trying to bring him down, instead moving his attention over towards the Spectre, but Spectre is pretty damn tanky. V-Tune doing a decent amount of work though, the Abyssal across onto Boom. Boom's gonna go down, V-Tune takes him down, and now damage comes coming back onto V-Tune, he's brought down, has got buyback as Voice Wanna Fly is gonna get killed off by Shad. Shad finds 2 more kills, nobody left
That's
on
it.
Navi, they've got a
That's
puck,
it.
and they've got a buyback available on the Sven. He's not even gonna try it though, the GGs are called, Iceberg runs in, but the game is over. It will go to Viking, drawing this series to a 1-1. Well, it wasn't, you know, this long, drawn-out, exciting fight that we were expecting, but instead just General getting caught out without buyback, and unfortunately Navi just unable to fight without 100% of their heroes available and ready to do so, but still, a very exciting second game in this series as Viking managed